Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Trey from Alleyway Studios. In today's video, man, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to start your own clothing brand. Even if you're just getting started, I've been creating my own streetwear for a little while now. So therefore, I just kind of want to show you guys the steps on what you need to know, what you need to do to get to that stage. I wanted to share the key steps you guys need to know to get your brand off the ground. Let's dive into it. Step one is all about creating your brand identity, what your brand stands for, and what type of audience you plan on having. You know, as an example, I'm a streetwear brand. I kind of major in graphic t-shirts, you feel me, graphic hoodies, hats, sweats, you know, things in that nature. So that's the key part. You want to know exactly who your audience is. There's some brands out here that just, you know, focus on accessories, you know, hats, jewelry, scarves, things in that nature. Even if you want to be like a streetwear brand, this might be a great channel for you because I do be creating my own graphics and I plan on helping the community out and teaching you guys how to go about it. If you watch this video to the end, man, stay tuned. I'm gonna show you guys how you can create your own graphics similar like this, so you can have your own unique style and you don't gotta pay a designer. Like, comment, and follow for more. Like me, just starting off, you know, I got a year, couple months been doing this. You ain't really got no bread to be paying people to edit videos and or make designs back to back. Therefore, like me, I encounter a lot of these skills on my own. Like I picked up the camera. That's why I'm here talking to you guys now, right? Okay. I make my own designs. I plan on making some videos on showing you guys how to make, you know, basic designs or even complex designs like this one, right? It's a crop tee. It's the design on the back also. That's what I plan on giving you guys help on. Yeah, man, I would say learn these skills now, right? That's what I'm doing. And it's going to pay off in the long run because if you ain't got to pay nobody to do something, that's more money in your pocket, bro. And if you keep doing something, you're going to master it. Just simple as that. That's just life. Yeah, man, I will stay consistent on making content. This is the foundation on everything you do from this point on out. You want to create your name. You want to create a logo that goes good, that a good aesthetic, that goes with your brand identity. You know, you want to ask yourself, who's my brand for? Who's the people you look to purchase your brand? What's the vibe your brand gives off, you know? Like me, like I said, graphic tees. A lot of people love graphic tees. You know, it's easy to put together. It stands out, you know, gives you inspiration. For example, my brand, Alleyway Studios, our identity is all about coming from the bottom and turning something into nothing type of thing. Just from my background, you know, I'm the owner of the brand, so that's my story behind brand. Once you know your brand story, you want to figure out your brand audience. The people that's wearing your clothes, then pick a name and logo. This is going to help a lot. That reference vision, your brand identity is what people connect with. Your brand identity is how people connect with you. This is not a step you want to skip, right? This is very, very important. You got to decide on what type of clothes you plan on selling. If it's from t-shirts, hoodies, hats, accessories, or even something unique. You know, just make your design fit your brand identity and look professional. Quality is everything. You don't want to skip this step. Like, you don't want to short yourself on going to someone that, you know, is cheaper than the other, but the person that costs more is way better. Like, don't waste your money. Don't take the easy route, going for the cheapest guy, because most likely. So even if you're starting off small, just make sure your first product is all the way there, you know? You don't want any shortcuts from that. Step 3, materials and manufacturers, right? You got to do your research on garments or whatever the item you're selling, right? Like example, let's say a trucker hat, right? It's probably like 3 different versions of a trucker hat, right? As in, one is real flimsy, one stays a shape, and one is just long lasting, right? You want to be able to identify what materials you want to use so you could be able to relate to the manufacturer on what exactly you want, you know? Because now let's just say you don't do the research and the manufacturer say, okay, you know, you low on price, this and that, you know, you don't got a lot of money, you could get this, you can get this, and you're not doing your research. It's just a bad product, you know what I'm saying? And all they really looking for is money, you know? They're not really caring on how you succeed, on what you do with your product. That's the last thing they care about. So you got to do your homework, find all the garments, things like that. Different printing methods, right? So you got like DTF, DTG, you got screen printing, embroidery. These all big printing terms that you will want to know and know exactly like what you plan on doing on whatever, clothing or item that you designing. You might even want to do test runs, get samples from 2 different manufacturers, compare the product, who does the job better, compare the price, compare the materials, compare the shipping time, on how long it got to you. These are key things that you will want to know before you placing like a bulk order. And plus, some manufacturers are just different. Some could have a minimum order of 20 pieces, and this guy over here, he could have a minimum orders of 50 pieces, so that's something you got to account for too, because usually the best manufacturers, they usually hire in pieces MOQ, so that's something to keep in mind for too. Advice that I could give you guys, if you're starting off small, planning on starting like a streetwear brand like myself, there are a couple manufacturers like print on demand services that you can use. Some on top of my head are Printful, Printify. There's a couple other smaller brands that do print on demand, but with my experience, I found like a mom and pop shop that also do print on demand, but the only thing with them is I gotta pay a monthly subscription just so they could work with me. But the good thing is I got everything integrated with my online store, so I just got to design, I don't really got to worry about placing a bulk order, making sure it comes on time, checking the quality. This is something they do, print on demand companies do. So you can either like place a bulk order with them. Let's say you want to order 15 shirts. You could be able to do that with a print on demand company, but you can't really do that with, let's say, a cut and sew manufacturer, right? So therefore, print on demand is not bad at all. Like all you got to do is basically just more so focus on designing and run traffic to your store. They'll do all the shipping, bagging, printing for you, and it's basically like you just collecting. But a little in depth on how that goes. Let's say someone comes to the store, they purchase something. I pay the print on demand company first. The print on demand company makes the garment or whatever the item is. They ship it to the customer, and I makes the profit off that. So it's all about different margins. Every brand is different, right? It all depends on the garments and how your design is, right? You could have a real complex design where you got something on the front, the back, the sleeves, neck tag, so the price could like go up and down depending on your design. That's nice to have that little flexibility. Right now, I'm actually in the process of finding a local embroidery shop, because I got a couple hats I was working on. I feel like I'm getting ready to post a bulk order on those hats. I'm just looking to find someone a little closer. It'd be a little less in price, right? I got to pay for the shipping. I probably could go pick it up when it's done. And I could have it just on hand, right? Hats just kind of move a little faster than like a whole outfit. So now getting into like, let's say, online store. It's a bunch of different platforms you can sell your items on, from Shopify, Instagram, Facebook, Squarespace, Wix. It's a number of different like online store platforms. Me personally, I prefer Shopify. I didn't really give anybody else another chance, but Shopify just got everything like included, They got apps that you could just download. It work with your store. It's really easy to set up, I would say. You don't really got to know any coding, nothing like that, nothing crazy. Yeah, man, I mean, a teenager could set it up. That's how easy it is. Another big tip I will give you guys is, I would say, like your social media platforms. You probably want to hurry up and make all your social accounts once you come up with your brand name and you get your logos all together. Make sure you make all your accounts, right? From TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, X, YouTube. You want everything to have your name. That's a big key, and I don't hear a lot of people talking about that, but it really helps out a lot in the long run. And for those social platforms, another big key thing is you're going to post consistently, and I'm not gonna just say that like it's easy, right? Because right now I'm kind of like not that consistent on it because it is a lot of work. I'm not gonna lie about that. It's not all about just, I'm gonna make a TikTok video and it's gonna work out, because you kind of need content like to come out like this. Like you want your content back to back to back to back to back. So for you to even post content like that, you need time to make the content. So I'm not going to preach on like being consistent, because it is hard being consistent. But what I would say is I find that giving myself leeway, like, okay, I just made this shirt, right? I'm going to drop this shirt in 2 weeks, but I already got a sample. So for those 2 weeks, I'm just going to make different type of content, right? And then post it the week that I'm going to drop it. That's the way I've been going about it. It's been working for me. Everyone's different. That's the thing with this whole space, right? You hear people talking about, oh, do this, do that, do this, do that. Everybody's different, bro. Everybody's different. Editing videos ain't easy, Creating your own graphics, that's not easy. Marketing and planning your launch on when you about to drop something, right? So the best way to go about it, you get your sample first. Of course, always get your sample, right? And then so someone else buys something and it looks like trash, and you wouldn't even buy it. That's just wrong. You don't want to do that. So I would always say get a sample, right? Until you really confident on what you're doing. Then you probably could get away with a couple designs and you don't have to get a sample, right? If I was just starting out, I just start teasing my viewers, right? I made new social accounts. A couple of my friends, of course, they followed the account, whatever. But I just kept posting teasers like, yeah, we getting ready to drop. Check this out. And that just brings the hype, People like, oh, man, I can't wait. I want that. Then I will always say, like, put a call to action, right? So, like, if you small, just starting out, right? You probably, let's say you only order 20 shirts. Let that be known. Yo, I only got 20. First 20 people, that's it. I ain't restocking. You gotta wait to the next drop. You want to place a big order and just say your design flop or your product flop, right? And it don't sell. Now you just sitting on it, and it's collecting dust, right? That's what you don't want. So I would keep posting teasers, see what people like. You gotta find your audience at the same time. So I would say I would do that at least 2 months before you about to drop a product, right? Get a bunch of mock-ups, or if you could, get some samples, post some samples, see what's getting more traction, right? I would say try to start off with 2 items, not just one, right? So you could promote 2 items at once, right? And then you already will see which one is basically getting more traction, like the A and B method, right? Oh, this one's not really pushing, no one's not really liking or commenting, but this one everybody wants. Let that be your first drop. The other one, throw it in the back, you know what I'm saying? And just start off fresh. And I would probably say you can do that every time you're about to drop something. Post 2 things. See who likes what more, And if you could, drop both of them. Why not? Something I do is limited drops. Limited drops are good. Small batches, they sell out quick. They create urgency. You don't really want to overcomplicate things, man. It's all about getting your brand noticed. You want to put yourself out there. All right, man. For the last step, man, I would say learn. You can't never stop learning. You feel me? You can't never stop learning. As you keep on doing what you do, you're going to learn what's work and what don't work. You feel me? And that's very important, and be able to see that. After you launch, pay attention on everything. Pay attention what's working, what's not working. If you're running ads, make sure you see what ads are working, what ads are not working, so you can stop them. You got to identify what people like and what's their feedback on your products too. That's a big key thing also. You got to know what's going on the outside. As you go, keep improving, keep learning, Keep looking for better materials. Keep working on your designs. You know, it's a never-ending thing. You know, you got to keep going. Success don't happen overnight, man. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep grinding. So stay consistent and keep grinding. Just remember this, man. Every streetwear brand started just like us, you know? So every step you take is progress. So that's it. Those are the key steps on starting a streetwear brand or starting a brand in general. So that's it. Those are the key steps on starting a clothing brand. Define your identity, design your products, find a good manufacturer, set up your online presence, market your brand, and keep learning. If you're ready to start your own brand, take the steps today. If you want me to make a video showcasing on how I design my own streetwear, drop a comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow for more. And hit that bell, man. Like, we starting YouTube, but I'm gonna give y'all some sauce.